Hi, everyone. Good evening and welcome to Project Learn Initiative Day 2. I hope whatever you were taught on the session 1, you've been able to practice it and you've been able to understand this. On the day 2, we would be taking you a step further. We will talk about the advanced filters, we will talk about the Sparkia policies, and we will also share with you how to submit your effects. So, have a wonderful session now, and we look forward to your awesome effects. And yeah, I'll quickly invite Chavi. Hi, Chavi.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi. So over to you now. Thank you.
Sure. Let's first of all, hello everyone, welcome to this great session again. I'm so happy to see you again. I hope you loved the yesterday's session, and you can tell me in the comment section about your experience and how you actually like if you go like after the workshop, if you got started with your first ever effect. And in the previous session, in the previous workshop, we talked about what is actually augmented reality, how you can get started with Spark AI Studio, and also we had an amazing hands-on session that how you can make your first effect, in which we added various functionalities, and it was looking pretty cool and amazing at the same time. For now, today we would be jumping to a new project in which we would be learning some advanced capabilities. It would be great if you haven't attended the first workshop, you could just go and check out the first workshop for now, because we would be adding some more great functionalities this time, and it's going to be great. And looking forward for you to your amazing effect super soon. So I'll just quickly share my screen, and then we can just get started with our session today. Great. I hope you all can see my screen. It's properly visible to you. I just took a new project, and if you want to understand that what we actually made yesterday, so this was the thing that we made yesterday. Just give me a second. Yeah. We actually made an yesterday we made an amazing, cute Panda filter in which we added various functionalities, and we actually it was looking too perfect. I'll show you all. Great. So here you can see. So this was an amazing filter that we made yesterday, and it's looking so nice and cute. Okay, in which we added the time and date functionalities. We also added the retouching uh, functionality as well to make the skin smooth, and also these assets. Let's have a new effect today, and we'll be jumping to advanced capabilities. In the today's filter, we will be making an effect in which your face will be cut into four parts. So it sounds funny, right? But yeah, it's super cool, and um, it can be done in two ways. But for now, let's keeping this thing in your mind, that in my mind, that yeah, you might be new with Blender. So for now, we will be going with the easy way to make this effect. For this effect, now I am making an effect in which I want to cut my face into four parts, like this part is going to go in this direction, this part in this direction, and same goes to the other two parts of the face. So in that case, first of all, we'll be adding some assets that are actually made from Canva, and it's very easy to make. It's not actually a tough task to do. I just had this, like for example, if I want this part to be cut and going to this, so I will be using the left up cut. So that's how I made these four cuts. And for example, now the face has been cut into four parts. Now what will be looking like, will be showing up on the face. So the this particular hacker mask will be shown up here. So that's how we're gonna picking up today. So let's first add these assets to our AR project. And for now, I'm not at all using any advanced, any 3D object for now. So let's select all, and let's not compress them, because ultimately for now we are not using 3D objects, so we have a lot of space. So let's not compress them. Let's make the compression none. And for the students who are new to this, we actually we actually made the compression none, because there's a space limit that is in Spark AR, that is for Instagram it is of 4 MB. And the reason is like, if for example your effect is of around 10 MB or like 50 MB, so like there will be a lot of time to get loaded, right? So like obviously you won't be waiting for like 5 minutes to the effect to get loaded, and your interest will get reduced or might be zero. So that's why there's a limit of the effect size. Okay. And when you are uploading that effect on Instagram, it must be under 4 MB, and when you are putting up on Facebook, it must be around 10 MB, within 10 MB, right? So that's how we go. So let's now just get started with it. First of all, we'll add a face tracker. Reason being, obviously, now we want to cut our face into four parts. Okay, so for that, we will be needing a face tracker to track the face. So let's add a face tracker to it. Now, after adding the face tracker, we will be adding a null object, just like yesterday we did, adding a null object to it, and again adding planes to it. So, if you remember that why we added a plane to it, because ultimately now you can see that how the plane is currently looking like, right? So that's how it's going to differentiate the four cuts of our face. Okay, so that's why we actually have plane. So let's make duplicate of our plane. Let's make four duplicates of it. And yeah, we are done with the duplicates, and let's name them. As I mentioned yesterday as well, it's a very good habit to rename the rename your objects or your assets, because ultimately after adding so many functionalities and assets, it is so difficult to differentiate that what actually you made, right? So for example, if I won't name them, it would be difficult for me to differentiate that which cut it is. Okay, so that's why it is important. So let's name them. Take for example, we have the bottom left, so let's name as bottom left pane. Okay, pane. Let's keep it as bottom right plane, and then left up plane, right up plane. Perfect. So that's how it's gonna look. And now we don't want like we don't want this actually square, so let's add a material to it. For now, for example, now we have the bottom left plane. So for that, we will be adding a material of bottom left. Okay, we make a material. Let's name first of all. Okay, so for the bottom left plane, we added the material 0. Let's keep it as 0. Now let's name the material 0 as bottom left material. Okay, when you'll add this, we'll add a texture to it of the bottom left. Cool. Yeah. So again, now in the same manner, we would be adding the materials for for the rest of the three planes, and that's how we're gonna add the textures to it. So let's get started with it. Let's quickly do that. The thing. So I'll go to the bottom right plane. I'll add a material. Let's have the material one to it. Now I'll rename the material one to bottom right material, because ultimately it's very important to differentiate it, right? So let's add the texture to it of bottom right. Again, we'll go to the left up plane. We'll create a new material. We'll go to the material, name it as left up material, adding a texture to it of left up cut. We'll go to the right up plane, add a material, name it as material, and then adding a texture to it of right up. So it's looking perfect now. Cool. So now that's how we actually differentiated everything, and now that's how it's gonna look like, and we have added everything. So now moving further with it, now what's next? Okay. So for that, let's also add a face mesh to it. Okay, now adding a face mesh to it, let's go to the face tracker and add a face mesh, because ultimately we need to add like one more thing to it, like what's gonna show up on the face. So let's not make it visible. We'll add this functionality later. So this is how it's gonna look like, and that's how it's gonna be. Now moving further with this. Yeah, so yeah, sorry, that was some network issue from my side. Yeah. So right now here we can see that we actually added the plane to it. Let's not add the plane, let's add the face mesh, because ultimately it's important to add the face mesh to it. Let's add the face mesh. We'll be adding four face mesh to differentiate it. Yeah, it's done. Okay. Let's not have the planes for now, because planes is to add an object. For now we are not we are having the like we need to cut it in the four like pieces. So let's name it first of all, and then we can add the texture to it right away, and then we can get started with that. Yeah, perfect. So that's how it's gonna be looking, and let's add the face mesh to this only, and let's name it as mask. Cool. And also we have the mask as well. So let's add the materials to it super fast. We already made the materials. So let's add the material to bottom left, and let's add the material to bottom right. Now left up and right up. Perfect. So that's how it's gonna be looking. Like if you'll see clearly, there are lines you can clearly see. So that's what the difference is. Okay. Then after that, in the mask, we'll add up the material of mask. Let's create a new material. Named it as mask material. Let's name it as mask, and let's add the mask to it. Let's name it as mask. It's looking perfect. It will look like this, but let's not make it visible for now. It will be confusing for us. And after that, let's show the patch editor and let's play around with the like this. Now in this, what we are gonna do? Now we have the face with us, and for now when the person will click on will touch the screen, the face will be cut it into four parts, and then the mask will be visible on the face. So that's how it's gonna be looking like. And if you have any sort of question, you can just drop it in the comment section. I would be happy to resolve all. Okay, so let's get started with that. So now for that, first of all, what I want when the person will click on the screen, then the effect will start working. So for that, let's add the screen patch first of all. Okay, let's add this. Let me just zoom it a little more so that it would be visible to you nicely. Okay, after that, in this case, we also need to add the switch again. Now for example, we are adding a functionality that you have to work like this, so we need to add a switch button to it. Let's add the switch button. And yeah, now after adding the switch button, now what we will be doing, we will be having the null object visibility here on the switch, like when the null object would be visible. Okay, so that's how we will be working with the null object visibility. Like, do we need it to be visible or not? Okay, it will be switched. Like for example, when you tap on the screen, then only it will be visible, else it won't be. Okay, when you just click on the filter, the effect won't be visible, but you'll click when you'll touch on the screen, then the effect will be visible. So that's how it's gonna be. So let's add a pulse patch to it. You can see that the pulse is like to have a boolean uh, like number to it, like for if you want to turn it on or turn it off. So yeah, that's how you have pulse. That's how the pulse actually works. Now after that also, what we also want, we actually want a delay as well. So when we click on the screen, then the effect will start working. Okay, so it will turn it on. Okay, when it will be turn it on, then the null object is what, these things will start working. Okay, so when they will be start working, so that's how the visibility is gonna be working. Then after that, we will be adding a pulse to it, and also for that we will be adding a delay to it. Like, why we are adding a delay, like when I will clicking on the when I'll be tapping on the screen, so there would be a delay as well. Okay, it won't be like it will just go from this to this in just nanoseconds. Okay, so I also want a delay in this as well. So let's keep the duration of the delay as 0.1. Let's keep it like this. Okay, like 0.1 seconds. I guess it's perfect. And now after that, let's add both of these values, and also let's have a pulse again to it. Again, like in the delay also, we need a boolean value is basically, if it's true, then the value will be 1. If it's false, then the value will be 0. So that's how boolean value works. So let's have the pulse as well. After that, what's gonna happen, let's till now, if you have any sort of doubt, you can just drop it in the comment section again. Yeah, so let's get back to the our patch editor. So now we will be adding a switch to it. So let's add a switch. Again, we are needing to like understand, do we need to turn it on or turn it off? So you can see that I actually don't want the flip. Okay, I want it to be turned on. So let's remove it from here, and let's off, and it should be on. Okay, reason being, for example, you have the switch. Okay, so first of all, it will, if it's on, then it will be working on the on section, and if there is delay, then how the off will be working. So that's why I added the pulse to the turn off section. Okay, now after that we'll have a loop animation. Loop animation is basically, for example, now the cut is going from here to here, so there is an animation. Okay, that's how the animation works. So that's why I'm adding a loop animation patch. And also you can see there are various patches that are available, so you can also try out some cool patches if you want to. And and it's actually amazing to just like try it out like that. Okay, so yeah, after that, let's have a transition as well. Like transition is basically like now the animation is working from this to this, so there's a transition as well. So let's add transition to the progress. Yeah, it's cool. Now in this, I would be needing like when the transition, like, so the transition is start now. See, here is our axis. Okay, this is our axis. So now all the things are, now the null object is at zero position. Okay, 0 0 0 axis. I want it to work from this to this. So you can see, right? So if you want to work from this to this, there is an change in the distance. Okay, so how much distance I want? Let's keep it as 0.07 distance. Okay, I want the transition to happen from this to this. Okay, in zx I really don't want anything. And now I want it to move like like in what sense I want it to be moved. Let's keep it as cubic out. I want it to move from this to this, like the cube is going out in that manner. And after that we'll actually multiply. Now how we are actually going to multiply? So multiply is a functionality, like when you actually want to multiply the inputs, right? So currently we have four, like we actually want to cut our face into four faces. So that's why we are gonna, we will be actually doing the multiply thing. So we actually added the functionality of multiply. So let's add the functionality of multiply to it. Okay, now after that, now adding the functionality of multiply to this one. Now we would be needing four multiplies, because again the face is being cut into four parts. So we will be having the four multiplies. So let's add one more multiply, one more, and yeah, one more. Perfect. Now, after adding the multiplies to it, now what we can do now, actually, the whole process is actually working in what we can say is working in three directions, right? Okay, so for that we actually need to change the settings, like here. Now how we can change, when you click on this multiply, you have this option to change. Like for example, like if you want to multiply it for color or for vector 3, vector 4, so I actually need it to be multiplied for the vector 4. Same goes for this, and same goes for this. And yeah, sorry, I actually added it to vector 4, so let's keep it as vector 3. Sorry for that. And yeah, same goes for this. Cool. So that's how we're gonna multiply it, and that's how it's gonna be look like. Um, Great. So yeah, that's how it's going to be look like, and that's how we can do this. Okay. Now after that, we would be adding the position of our faces to it. Now let's go to the bottom left and add it to this. Now let's add up here. And now you can see here's a arrow that is coming up to the left of the position. Let's click on this. It's bottom left, and drag it up here, and then combine. So we'll do the same for the others as well. Go to the position, drag, and combine. Go to the left up, click on this, drag, and then combine. After that, just go to the right up as well, click on this, and then drag it, and then just combine this. So that's how we are gonna doing it. So yeah, let's see how we are actually making it and how it's going to be look like. And apart from that too, now you if you are good at maths, let's understand. Let's see how many of you are actually good at maths today. So in this, I'll just like quickly like tell you about a graph thing that goes now here. You need to understand one thing, that your face is like in this, like for example, yeah, this is like, let's keep it as 0 0 0 at this position, and it's being cutted like this. Okay, let's like consider this as the y-axis, and this is the x-axis. Okay, and this is the 0 0 0 of it. Okay, now in this, what you actually need to understand, that your this part is going from this to this. Okay, so let's keep it like you have a point on graph here, and you actually want a point here on the graph. So for that, what would be the x and the y axis number? Okay, so you all know, so it's positive, it's negative, and it's also negative. Okay, so how we are going to enter the positions, how we're going to enter the values for the vector, you actually need to understand the concept of graph for that. Okay, so it's positive, it's negative, and it's negative. Okay, so if the face is moving from here to here, it is moving in the positive direction. If the face is moving from this side, so it is moving in the positive x and the negative y direction. So this is a very simple graph, what we can say, concept that we are currently using it. So we always have this question in our mind, that where actually we are going to be using all our maths knowledge. So that's how we are going to use it. Okay, it's a very basic concept, but again, like, if you don't know, so I thought of explaining it. Cool. So let's use that graph knowledge here as well. So understand one thing now. In the bottom left, let's understand. Okay. Now in the bottom left value, what's happening? Let's understand. Okay. Let's change the position, and let's keep it here to make things more simple. Cool. So now, if it's bottom left, left means it would be this side. Okay. If it's bottom left, and if it is in this side, then how the face is gonna be cut in? It's gonna be cut in the negative directions. Okay. It's bottom left. Okay, so this is my right and this is my left. So if this is my bottom, what would be my bottom left? This is going to be my bottom left. Okay, it is a negative direction, it is a negative direction. So in which direction the things will be moving? In the negative direction, right? So let's keep the position 0.5 in negative and 0.5 in negative. So that's how you need to calculate it. So again, you actually need a very basic knowledge of maths to implement this effect. And same when it comes to bottom right, it's negative and it's positive. So that's how we're gonna make it, like, since it's positive, so let's keep it as 0.5. It's negative, so let's keep it as 0.5 negative. And let's keep the z-axis is 0. So there's not actually a huge difference in it, but still let's keep it as 0, the z-axis is. Okay, because we have actually no need of z-axis for now, but still, yeah. Now we'll move further with the left up. It's my left up. Okay, it's which direction it is? It is the positive direction, and it is the negative direction. So x is negative and the y is positive. Okay, and the z is 0, because there's no, because the face is moving from here, the face is not moving like this. So that's why the z direction would be 0. Okay, Now same goes to the right up. Okay, it's the positive. So that's how it's gonna be look like. Let's check how it is going to be working. Yeah, it's working great. Now you can see like nothing is coming up on the face after this. So let's make our mask visible this time. Perfect. Let's click on the effect again. Now the mask is showing. Now, now you can see there's a problem. Okay, which problem it is? When I'm clicking on this effect, the things are not showing up properly. So what we actually have to do for this, okay, to actually counter this problem, what we actually can do is first of all, we'll go to this bottom left and let's not drag the eyes and mouth. Okay, because the reason why we actually did this, because we are tracking the eyes and mouth, because of which the effect is not working properly. Okay, yeah. So let's remove the right up in this eyes and mouth, and let's keep it wholly. Yeah, let's restart it and understand how it's going to be looking like. Okay, let's just restart it. Okay, yeah. Okay, so you can see the movement is being constrained to just some position. So let's change the values more and let's move it to like a more farther position. So let's keep it as 0.8, 0.8, 0.8. Okay, so that's how it's gonna be look like, and also we'll go to our as to our mask and also change the shader type and keep it as flat, because again it wouldn't be able to possible to see it clearly because of that. And also let's change up the things here as well. Okay, let's keep it as flat. Okay, let's gonna keep it as flat. So you also know that in the previous workshop we actually got to know that why we actually change the shader type to flat. Reason being because ultimately what happens when you have the shader type as what we can say, if you actually change the shader type, it totally changes the the way it is actually looking. So for that it is very much important to understand that how you are showing up the shader like the shader type. So try to keep this in your mind, that how it is being look like and how you are actually using the shader type, and how it's gonna be there. So keep this in your mind as well. And also that's how we are gonna be making our effect, and that's how it's gonna be looking like that. So moving further with it, let's change some more functionalities and see like how uh, like our effect it's gonna be there. Okay, let's understand what all things we can change and make our effect more and more amazing. Okay, to understand it more. So yeah, let's I'll again quickly share my screen, and we'll add some more functionalities then after this. So let's add some more functionalities. Like for example, let's add one more functionalities of date and time. Okay, great. So we can add some more functionalities of date and time, like the way we actually did yesterday. So for that, let's add an object of canvas. Like let's see how it works. Now, when we add a functionality of canvas, we'll add one more object to it. We'll add an object of 2D text. Reason being, we are adding text to it. Okay, the date is again a text, so let's keep it as date text. Okay, now in which let's keep it as, let's insert the time in, like we actually add the date, so the date should be in short. Okay, I'm not liking that, so it's medium. Okay, let's not add date, let's add time then, because it's not looking good. So let's add time text to it, and let's insert time short. Yeah, looking perfect. And after that, we'll also add one more text to it. We'll add one more text of, we'll add one more 2D text to it. That is of pay text. It will show what's the weekly date is. Let's insert a text, day of the week. Perfect. So, and also now I'll just view it, and I'll change the position of the text as well. Okay, let's view it from the back way, and let's change the position. Let's see which would be the suitable position for it. Let's keep the Friday text here, and let's keep the time text here. Okay, let's keep it like this. Perfect. It's actually looking perfect. Now, yeah, our effect as completed. Like, cool. Now, since the effect has been completed, we actually successfully made our effect. Hello, Kush. Welcome. Okay, so yeah, we have actually successfully completed our effect. So let's just quickly save our effect as, let's quickly save our effect as our um, face cut filter. Since it is completed, so let's just send, and also we actually need to add experience, since we will be using this effect for the stories, reels and posts, so we will be having the sharing experience. Keep it as done, and after that, just send this to your Instagram, make a video of it, and after that you can easily click on the publish button, and here you can upload your effect. Okay, when you click on effect, that's how it's going to be uploaded. Okay, so this is the way you can make your own face cut filter effect, and that's how it's going to be looking like. And yeah, it's done. That's how it's going to be loading. um, Great. Perfect. So this is my Instagram ID. You can just name the effect as four face cut filter. After that, after making it as a four face cut filter, what you're gonna do is, let's add some categories to it. What sort of categories you want? Like, it's for appearance, it's selfie, it's not weird and scary, it's for the immersive, yeah. And let's add one more. We have it. Let's add some more thing. Cool. We have added the four categories, and let's add the face cut, four cuts, and also we can add some hacker word to it. And what else we can add? We can add some date and time keywords as well, if someone is searching for a filter of that as well. We can just quickly upload your video file, and then you can just click on the submit button, and that's how you can submit your effect. So that's how it's going to be going to look like. And after that, when you'll actually submit your effect, I'll just quickly tell you how you can how you can uh, fill the form for the submission. I'll just quickly Spark AR. I'll just quickly open the Spark AR hub, in which you will be actually some, like where all of your effects are being seen. So yeah, like this, when you go to the Spark AR hub, you can see your effects that are being made or being uploaded. Okay, so like for example, this was the effect that I made yesterday. So in this effect, what actually is, so you can also update it if you want to, or now if you want to go to the submission form and to fill the submission form, it is very important to follow these few steps and kindly hear this properly, like before submitting, else it would be difficult to understand it. So when I click on the share, here the share link has been provided to you. Just click it, and it will be copied to the keyboard clipboard, and click on done, and then just paste it in the form. After that, when you'll go to the three dots, you can test on device, or you can just generate a test link. Okay, if you want to, but you need to copy. You can see here's the copy effect ID. Just click on the copy effect ID and paste it in the form. After that, click on the copy owner ID and paste it in the form. So that's how you will be able to okay, like you actually will be able to submit the form in which you will be adding the information about your effect. And I would be happy to see all the effects. It's going to be really great for me. And when it comes to the visibility, try don't make this not visible, because if you'll make it, like for example, if I make it not visible, okay, then what happens, if you have, or if you have shared your link, then it won't be working anymore. Okay, so keep it, so it is very important to keep it visible, so that we can see and check out your effect, and see that how amazing it is. So let's jump to the AR Spark AR policies. Till then, to understand more about it, to understand that while making an effect, what all policies we need to actually keep in our mind while making one. Yeah, and also the submission form has been shared in the chat box. You can just check it out and submit your form, and I would be again happy to check out those effects. So yeah, here you can see the form and submit it. So let's till then let's check out the policies. Now the part one is about the effects. So all the effects uploaded or submitted to this backend must follow the below policies. Now first one is the performance, that actually how it is being used, and how is the user experience. Okay, when you like of your effect that you have made, then like no abusive or no like wrong sounds or text should be added in the effect, because it actually goes when the effect is being checked, so there are high chances your effect will be like disapproved. So this is the case you can see. And also it also depends at what sort of media you are adding. Like no violence or harmful thing should be there in your effect, or like if you're adding something which is not good for the people, then again it won't be approved. So try to keep this in your mind. And also apart from that, don't use anyone's name in a wrong way, or and no duplicacy should be there. And also when it comes to the demo videos, here you can see the way it is made. So now there are two ways. Like sometimes what happens, the people use this real time simulation and record this from their mobile phone and then upload it in the demo video. So don't do this, because it will not be approved, because these are the real time simulation that are provided by Meta. So for that, don't use that, because it again comes to the policies. And also don't use the real time simulation photo as well for the thumbnail. So try to keep it real, or you can use yours or someone else's. It's totally up to you, but don't use the real time simulations, the existing ones that are given in the Spark AI Studios. And also, apart from that, AR content standards, you can just check out the Facebook community guidelines. You can check out the Instagram community guidelines, and there's an amazing community we have on our Facebook as well, where you can see people are helping a lot, and they are actually really amazing. Whenever you actually stuck somewhere, you can just ask the question in your you can simply ask uh, your questions there, and the community is always very much amazing, and they will actually surely help you for there. So I'll just quickly share the Spark AR community group, Facebook group link as well in the chat box. You can just check it out and join in. And it's an amazing community. Like, and also whenever anyone is making a new effect, they also share their effect here and here only, because the it's actually great to see when people who are having much more experience than you in the same domain, they review your effect, and they tell you that what are the things you can add on, or how amazing your effect is looking. So yeah, this is the thing that goes. And yeah, there shouldn't be any sort of gambling or spam, or any sort of link shouldn't be there in the effect, because it might be no misleading content or spammy content should be there in the effect, because it will again be coming to the community guidelines. So yeah, try to keep this in your mind, that okay, what sort of content you are putting up on your effect, and how the effect is being used. So yeah, that's all for the today's workshop. Thank you so much everyone for joining in. It was amazing teaching you all. And yeah, would be waiting for your great effects. The submission form is in the chat box. And yeah, thanks a lot for joining in.